Hey, Ashley, welcome to the podcast. Thanks for coming
Hello.
on. Okay, so Ashley came on today. She's going to share a little bit about her story. She has gone through some things, so I just want to give like a trigger warning that um there is a death of a young child in this story. So if that triggers anybody, just know that ahead of time. She's very graciously agreed to come on and kind of share her life and her struggles and this tragedy and everything and how she's kind of overcome all of that. So we'll just start. Ashley, how old are
Okay.
you?
I am 20. I just turned 27. And
27. Okay.
yeah.
And then I met you in 2020,
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah. I was still pregnant when I met you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so I was like new in recovery. Like I wasn't really, never really tried long-term recovery before that. When I found out I was pregnant, I was only like 2 weeks clean. And then, I pretty much stuck with being sober though, the whole time. I did go to prison, when she was 6 months old, uh, but up until then, I was her full caretaker and, um, everything, and I went to prison because I couldn't stop talking to her dad. Um,
Okay. So
yeah.
you were in drug court and
Yep.
you had a no contact with her dad, right?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
And a lot of
stupid.
people don't know about drug court is when they give you that kind of guideline or rule, it is like the law. And if you
Yeah.
don't obey that, you get sent to prison because essentially you were in drug court
Mhm.
to have a chance at staying out of prison. So,
Exactly, yeah. I had a suspended sentence, yeah.
okay. And okay, so her dad was your co-defendant, right? In your
Yeah,
charges, and that's why you had the no contact. Okay. It's all coming back to me. And
yeah.
you actually chose me as your sponsor because I'd been through drug court, right?
Yeah, and you were also younger and, like, I had always chosen sponsors who were, like, older than me, like, and I guess I had never really, like, related to my sponsor, sort of, and I felt like maybe that was maybe why I never really stuck around,
Yeah.
maybe
I
'cause
mean, that makes sense. Yeah, you have
yeah,
to have, like, commonality with people too.
yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
But
and you had things and were striving for things that, like, I thought sounded good. Like, you were
yeah,
going to school and you had a I think you were working,
yeah.
you had a nice place, I never been there, but I had seen photos of you there, videos of you there and on, like, social media, so, um, I just all those things, like, I wanted all that and more, so, um, yeah, I just that was something that I looked for in my sponsors, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were the first sponsee I'd ever had that was actually in the same program that I went through.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
that was interesting. And then I'm not exactly sure where the fallout went. I remember you had your baby and you had called me. And then I guess now I'm coming to realize that you went to
Yeah.
prison and that's
Yeah.
exactly why we stopped talking.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
okay.
exactly, yeah.
So 6 months after she was born, and then where did she well, I'm so sorry. Can you
Mhm.
tell us your daughter's name?
Her name was Adeline, yeah.
Adeline.
Her name was Adeline Louise, and I gave her her dad's last name. We were together for 4 years, but we broke up, like, a little bit before she passed away. I ended up after I got out of prison, I moved to Portland, or I paroled to back to Washington County, but when he got out of prison, I moved to Portland with him, and we got our own place, and, we lived together, like, it was the first time I ever got, like, my own apartment, it was, like,
Okay. Yeah.
like, it was, like, our own little family or whatever, and so it was kind of, like, cool. I felt like I was living, like, a fantasy kinda thing, it wasn't perfect or anything, and,
But it
my
was like your own
relationship.
little family and your own little,
Yeah,
like, unit, and you guys were, like,
yeah,
finally together after all of this time.
yes.
How how long did you end up doing in prison?
Only 10.5 months, so not long
Okay,
at all,
not
yeah.
long. Okay, that's
Mm-mm.
good. And
And she
then
came and visited me
oh,
once a week too, so that was
oh,
aw
good.
yeah.
Who did she go? Did she go live with your parents?
Mhm. Yeah, she
Okay.
came and lived with my mom.
Oh, good. Okay, that's good. She was with grandma. Okay, and so you guys were together. Were you guys kinda like what was the relationship like?
Um,
Did he
so
stay clean?
yes, he was clean, yeah, he had just gotten out of prison too, and he was clean, and but then I found out he was doing, steroids,
Okay.
and so that kind of put, like, some strain, that was, like, the first thing that put strain on our relationship, and then we started arguing a lot, and I think, I was using, like, that as, like, "Well, you're angry all the time," because I
Yeah,
felt like we were arguing before I knew he was doing that, but also I felt like after I found out he was doing that even more so, because I knew he was doing that, so I'm like, "Well, no wonder you're acting that way."
yeah.
So I just was like,
Because
I
the
was
yeah, the
yeah,
steroids totally
yeah,
cause men to be, like, short-tempered and irritable
mhm,
and all of that kinda stuff, and just for people who may not know, like, in recovery, a lot of people will consider using steroids like a relapse because it does kind of change
yeah,
some alterations, and that's just, like, within those boundaries of that programs, so just
mhm,
as a so I'm sure you felt, like, very,
yeah.
like surprised and maybe, like, he was lying to you or being deceitful?
Yeah, he didn't tell me, and, like so, yeah, I definitely felt that, like, he was lying to me and keeping it a secret, like yeah, for sure, and the way I found out was because he had told somebody else, and he was talking to somebody about it on his phone, and I just happened to see a text message from someone about it, and
Right.
and I was like, "Okay, so you're telling this chick about it," and, it's just yeah, okay, whatever.
Okay, so
Yeah.
hold on. So he's not
Yeah.
only doing this behind your back, he's talking to other girls behind your
Well, it
back?
was a girl that he worked with, it was one of his supervisors.
Okay. Okay.
He
But
actually the straw in our relationship was he was going out he was going to Bend for a job for 4 days out of the week, and I ended up finding I did relapse with him, um, for a short time. I have 2 years clean now, but,
yeah.
I went through his phone one night with him, and, I found him on a bunch of, gay dating websites. I'm
Okay.
not judgmental or anything, but he was on, like, all these, like, uh, dating websites, with, like, the opposite sex, and so that was, like, a huge shocker to me,
Yeah.
and, yeah, it was just this, um, I don't know, I
Big
just
blow. Yeah,
yeah,
that would
and
be, like,
I left
a really
him
big
after
deal.
that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was
I
like,
don't
"This
blame
is
you.
crazy." I was like, "I just had" number 1, I had 3 years clean, and I
Yeah.
just relapsed because he brought drugs home, and I relapsed with him, and I just felt like, "Dude, I just threw everything away with you," and
Yeah.
then I just found that out, and yeah, and then I felt like and obviously, like, I wasn't with my daughter during the time I was using, and I also felt like I abandoned her too because, like, I had already missed so much time with
Yeah.
her because I went to prison because I broke my no contact with him. And so, like, I've missed out so much time already on her
Yeah.
life. Like, I instantly I turned around, I went to detox. I even I didn't really end up feeling like I needed it in the end, but I went to a mommy and me rehab facility in Portland. Uh, it was
That's really
called,
good.
Letty Owens.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of that,
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, me and her went there, and I was there for the first, I think 2 or 3 months of my recovery, and then I decided to move back home to McMinnville where my family lives
Yeah,
because, I felt like I didn't have anything left for me in, the Portland, Hillsborough area.
yeah. Well, and that's where,
I
like,
love
all
the
your support
weather.
is,
Mhm.
right? That's
Yeah,
where your family
yeah.
is, and that's where your daughter had been staying, so that makes sense that
Yeah.
you would move out there.
Well, yeah, but I also I respected the recovery like, the scene out there, like, because there is a recovery scene out here, and that is actually a really big reason I stayed sober after I lost Addie, but, it's not as big on the whole, women and men thing,
Okay,
like,
yeah.
women stay with women, men stay with men, like, that's not as big out here as it is, out there, I feel like, and I kind of, like, really liked that, aspect about that out there, only a difference I feel like, really, um but yeah, so really I had a really great summer with Addie,
And
when I
what
moved
year was that when you moved back out there?
2024.
2024, okay, so this was
Yeah.
more recent than I was thinking, or maybe because you added me on Facebook, and I just randomly saw because I don't scroll on there very often. I do a lot of stuff on TikTok just for, like, promo
Mhm.
for this and all of that, but I just had caught one little thing, and I was like, "Wait a minute," and then I kind of went on, like, a deep dive because I didn't wanna come out and just ask you anything, and so I kinda had to scroll so far back that I think I just kind of got lost in what year it was, so it was the summer of 2024.
Yeah. Why, you thought it was way later or something? Or way
Well, I maybe thought it was, like, 2 years ago, but
Oh, that
it
is
was a
about well,
year
I mean, yeah, I guess that's not exactly 2 years, but yeah,
almost.
it was July of 2024.
And how
Uh,
old was she?
she was almost 3, she was like
Almost
2
3.
and a her birthday was in, October 21st.
Okay,
She was born, 2021, so
okay.
it was, yeah, just shortly before her 3rd birthday. Yeah, I was working at Provoking Hope out here in McMinnville, and it was actually a huge honor I felt like working out there because, it was actually somewhere I used to go, when I would get clean,
Okay.
here and stuff, so, I was
Well,
super, like, just loving life, like
yeah. What
like,
was your role out there? What did you do for work?
uh, intake assister because even though, I ha I ruined my chances of, doing the whole CRM thing. I did get my CRM certification, but I relapsed, so I had to just, start my whole clean time over, but, they do that kinda stuff there, but it was just I had to wait until I got the clean time again to do that stuff.
Okay.
But, I was an intake assister, so pretty much anytime someone new came in, I would take their general information down and, get them set up with a CRM or a,
And
whatever, yeah.
can you just say what a CRM is for people who
Oh,
don't maybe
certified
don't
recovery mentor, sorry.
certified recovery mentor, thank
Yeah.
you. No, it's okay, just there's other people that I would assume watch that don't know aren't, like, hip with the recovery terms like
Uh,
we are.
yeah.
So,
No,
no,
yeah.
that's okay, and how long, are you still working there?
I actually got laid off. I got really injured, after the accident,
Okay, okay, I'm sorry,
yeah,
I guess I
so
didn't think
yeah.
about that. Okay, so do you wanna kinda get into it
Yeah,
and talk about
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Okay,
uh, it was summer, I was, like, hanging out with friends that I, like, hadn't seen in a long time and, going to the, lakes and my daughter loves to swim, I love to swim. You know, I just had a really, really good summer. And I've always been very I've struggled with depression, like, really bad, especially when I have gotten clean, and I was so high on life. Like,
Yeah,
I hadn't been, like, on that kind of cloud since the beginning days of, like, first getting clean, like, in
yeah.
the very, very beginning. So,
And this was, like, the summertime when you were single?
yes, single,
Okay,
yes.
so
Recently, yeah, freshly,
yeah.
yeah.
And you
Yeah,
probably felt like this big I know that,
yeah.
like, that was the father of your child, and you guys, used together and then committed crimes together and did all that, so that kinda bonds you in a very toxic way,
Mhm,
but I bet, like, after all that trauma and then finding out in the way that you found out about
mhm,
his infidelity and all of that, that this was probably, like, your fresh start,
mhm.
your hot girl summer, if you will.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I was a yeah, single mom, like, pretty much, so that was, like, a good feeling 'cause being a mom, like, really brought out I think the best qualities, in me,
Yeah.
because before I was a mom, I feel like I didn't have even though, yeah, it was, like, cool, yeah, I was freshly single, like, I still had respect for myself, and I used to not have respect for myself like I
Okay.
feel like I did. And I thought that was kind of invigorating too because,
Yeah.
like, in the past me, like, I would have never held myself to, like, the standards that I feel like I do these days, but
Yeah.
yeah, that morning, I pretty much just got up and went to the I'm on the I'm on the MAP program, so I'm on methadone, so, I don't know if I I feel like I do better, in recovery on, um assisted treatment, not everybody agrees with that, but I feel like it helps me,
Yeah.
uh, but I had to go to the clinic that morning, so, um, I woke up, early because I had to go to work, um, and then got my daughter out of bed and like a normal morning, and then, um, I don't know, it just was I don't know, it was honestly, like, I wasn't expecting, like I don't even know really what happened before the actual accident, but, um, I don't know, like, really what I don't really know what happened, like, right before or what I said, or really exactly what the, like, last moments were, but, like, sometimes
Right.
part of me, like, really wishes that I did because, um, I don't know, I really
You wish you could have those last moments back.
yeah, I don't remember, and even though, like, um, I was I was coming back from the clinic and I was in a hurry because I forgot my daughter's shoes.
Okay.
Uh, I was in a, I don't know. Sorry, I'm really, I got my,
Okay, you can take your time, you're okay.
but I got to the clinic and when I got my daughter out of the car, I realized that she didn't have shoes on because I carried her to the car. So I didn't realize that I forgot to grab her tennis shoes.
Okay.
So I felt like maybe I was just kind of in a hurry,
Yeah.
Um, but I don't really know. But I remember after that, like my fun summer, like my happy summer was like completely like over.
Yeah, well, of
I
course, your
was
whole world was shattered.
yeah. And I remember like my mom, my dad not being angry with me. Nobody was like angry with me. And I
Nobody should be angry with you, Ashley. Nobody should
well,
be
I
angry with you.
felt they should be angry because, you know, um, it's just like I don't know, it's just not really a busy road, and this highway from Salem to McMinnville, on the back roads or whatever. Part of me just felt like maybe it would've just been easier maybe if they were mad at me or something,
Oh.
or something
Was
because they
was
were
it
just
a
in
was it did you did another car hit you? I
oh,
don't
we
know
went
what.
I went head on with a semi truck, so, we weren't, I we f my car flipped upside down and, 'cause we were going on a highway, so it was 60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I know I wasn't speeding because I'm not a perfect driver. I was a new driver, but I know I was in a hurry, but I wasn't speeding. But I do know yeah, I mean, it was my fault. My insurance company paid out the semi truck driver and I'm not gonna talk about my case, but I am being charged for the case, but, my attorney does say that I have a good case, but,
They charged you
they charged me, like
as if you haven't been through enough?
yeah, they waited, like, a long time too,
Oh,
but I just remember being really super happy and then not happy.
right, and you were, like, critically injured yourself.
Oh, yeah, I actually just had surgery again. I'm in a, cast.
Oh,
I
boy.
my, I broke both my collarbones, and I had a open compound fracture on my elbow, and then I had I shattered my tibia, which is like my ankle. I broke like some ribs, and I had a foreign object, which was a glass stuck in my eye. I'm trying to
My
think, like,
god.
I was just really laid up in bed for months. I didn't walk for 3 months. I had to go to a nursing home after I left the hospital. So I didn't work. So yeah, even though, like, I had that really awesome job, and they technically kept my job, and I did get to go back to it part-time, because I never really walked the same afterwards. Like, I just had to have surgery again because I ended up getting a really bad arthritis, in
Oh,
my joints, right joint because, the way that I don't know if it was the way that I walk or my surgeon said the type of injury, because it was a crush injury.
okay.
um, my ankle didn't just break, it shattered into, like, a bunch of pieces, so they tried their best to, like, put it back together, but, same with, like, my elbow, like, I can't straighten my arm out all the way, I don't have a lot of strength in my arm,
Okay.
so I've been not working for a while, so, like, I feel a lot better than I did, like, after it
Yeah,
happened, like, happy-wise, but I am definitely, like, depressed because I am
yeah,
not able to do and get out as much as I was, um,
yeah,
and I was saying before, like, how, like, the recovery team was, like, super supportive, like, they came out. I had a visitor in the hospital, multiple visitors every day, and I was all the way out in Portland, and Portland and McMinnville
yeah.
is,
The Growth Heart
like
Way.
yeah, and plus, like, people work every day, and they still took the time to come out to see me. Some came out to see me more than, once, within that time frame. People that I didn't even really know were coming out there, um,
Yeah,
b because I think they just wanted to make sure that I knew that they were there. They
yeah,
wanted to make sure, because people say it all the time to me, like, "I don't know how you are not using because, like, if my kid died, especially, like, suddenly, like, I don't know, like, people hold reservations for that, and I mean, rightfully so, because I have wanted to use, days super bad, um, because it is really hard, you
Yeah,
know?
it's gotta be, like, very painful. I'm so proud of you for staying on your path, and I know it's, like, not what like, I know that your route of recovery is a little bit different, and that's okay. I have, I'm not in Narcotics Anonymous anymore, but I'm still in recovery, so my route is now a little bit different, and
Mm,
that just works for me, and what you do works for you, and so don't let anybody try to take that away from you. It's a big deal, and you're doing a good job, like, it's gotta be the most, like I'm sure that there are days that are better than others, of course,
mm,
but there's just I can't imagine, and I don't think people people never really know until they go through it, right? And you can't really understand unless you've been through it, and I haven't lost a child, but I have lost my best friend and then another best friend, like, 8 months later, and so I do understand, like, how heavy that grief is and how some days it just takes you over, and some days you're just numb. And so I mean, I hate to be so cliche, but like that one day at a time is just like so important and it'll never get any easier. But to throw it all away now after all of that,
mm.
like she wouldn't want that for you. And I think you know that.
Oh, yeah, I think about that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
th so, like, I used to think, like, this pain is never gonna feel any better because and I know it hasn't even been that long, but honestly, like, it feels a little better, and
Yeah.
it hasn't been that long, and, like, for me to say that is crazy because I'm telling you, like, the pain that I felt, I can't even explain to you. I know I'm not crying right now, and it's because I have a lot of nerves going through me right now, like, this is
That's okay. I know it's a
yeah,
nerve-wracking situation.
but,
It's
I
okay.
uh, it is crazy to, like, actually go back and think about where I was at and where I'm at now and where I feel. Cause some days, yeah, like, some days you're right, some days I feel and some days I do just break down crying, like,
Yeah.
especially the holidays or her birthday or when I
Yeah.
go there to the cemetery, she's cremated and buried. My mom wanted a space to go visit her. I
Yeah.
have a bit of her ashes, and she has everyone does a little bit, but oh, and also another crazy thing is my baby dad so this is what I think too, sorry, a little off topic. My
That's
baby
okay.
dad ended up never getting clean, and he killed himself, a year later on the day that she died,
Oh
and
my god.
yeah, and so like, I think that, like, of course, like, I wanna be up there with her too, but I think she would rather me, like, live my
Live.
life.
Yeah, you gotta keep
Yeah,
living. That is so I'm so sorry. I had no idea. That is, like, so oh my god, that makes me very emotional. I'm so sorry. That is so sad that was his only option,
I
and you gotta, like, think no matter what he did to you, like, nobody deserves to feel like there's no other option.
I
Sorry.
know.
I'm sorry.
I
It's such a heavy topic for me. It is, like, taken over my whole life, and I'm trying really hard to, like, get into therapy to, like, really help with the grief because it I've just been shoving it away for so long, and that's why I think just talking about this kinda stuff really kinda helps make sure I'm not, like, ignoring it, but I hope that you feel like if you never have to feel that way, and, like, I'm here for you if you ever do feel that way. I will always take your phone call, you know?
Do you mean suicide specifically, or
Anything, whatever you need, like, I'm always here. I don't know where our disconnect happened, obviously, prison is what I'm
yeah, yeah,
coming to, but obviously now we're reconnected, and so I'm still here. I'm not, like, in NA, but I am still, like, a human and
Yeah.
a support person for you, so, um, anything, even if you just need to cry and you wanna, like, feel connected to somebody, I know that you have your support out there, but I'm also here, but
Mm.
I
No,
hope.
I love it out there. Like, and when you up in when I see girls that I know from out there, like, I think about it, and I miss it, and, yeah, I miss how busy it is out there, um,
I know
and
McMinnville is kind of like a slower town, huh?
yeah, like, and when I think about, like, I really needed to find a desk job. There's not very many desk jobs out here.
Okay.
With my record, like, yeah,
Yeah.
it just kinda blows, but hopefully, after this surgery, fingers crossed that this is going to make it to where walking is no longer painful.
Okay, yeah, I hope so
Yeah.
too. And then also on that note, I know that you have, and we shouldn't even like talk about what's currently happening with the situation and the
Mhm.
charges and stuff, but at some point, and I had 22 charges, half of those, I'm sure half, I can't remember the exact, maybe 13 of those were felonies. The rest of them were like misdemeanor charges. At some point, wha you could just keep one foot in front of the other no matter what, and you can get it all expunged. I got every single one of 22 charges expunged, and I was able to become a
Oh,
dental
wow.
hygienist. So,
Uh,
I'm just saying, like, there is hope. I know right now it seems like there is no hope and, like, your
yeah.
record is gonna hold you back, but just focus on, like, healing and getting better, and if I can do it, you can do it. The only reason I didn't go to prison is because I got to go through drug court. And I didn't have no man ruining it for me.
I'm so disappointed in myself, but there's nothing I can do, and there's nothing I mean, and I can't take it back, but,
It's
uh,
okay. It's a learning experience. I mean, we all make mistakes in recovery. Like, I've been fired from jobs. It's okay. It's just like that was just where you were at back then, and look
yeah.
at you can look back on that and be like, "I'm never gonna do that again," you know?
And I'm glad my mom got the time with Addie too,
Yeah.
'cause, like, we didn't live close to each other, so really before that, my mom hadn't really ever spent a lot of time with Addie, so when I think about that, like, she, was I think my whole family around here, like, was able to, like, get to know her and stuff, and so I like that. I love that for them.
That's a really great way to look at it.
Yeah, yeah,
And and I don't want you to think like, "Oh, I'm not crying." So we as like somebody who's a listener, other people who might listen to this, we all know that like that will come and go. Even if you're in pain, it doesn't always mean you cry. That is okay. So I don't want you to think like nobody thinks any less of you that you were able to just share this because sometimes you're just numb to it and that's
yeah,
okay. And that's just part of it. It's so, like, flippy floppy,
yeah.
and, like, I'll watch one thing, and I'll just cry, and then I'll watch, like, an actual video of me and my best friend, and I'm just like I feel like, "Oh, thank God I have this, and I don't cry," and so grief is
Yeah.
such a weird thing, and your body will, like, literally put you in, like make you numb so that way you can have a break from that for a little while, and then it'll be like, "Oh, wait, don't forget. Here it is."
Definitely, and I didn't cry, I was on a lot of pain meds for a long time, so I didn't cry for quite a while, until, like, I stopped taking a lot of those pain meds, so a lot of people would come into my room, and they would get really emotional and cry, and sometimes I would feel like a bad a bad person because they were sitting there crying and I'm not, and I would be like, "I hope they don't think anything about me because I'm not crying," I was on a lot of pain medicine and all that, so
Yeah, no, that's completely understandable. And, like, even if you weren't on pain meds, you're like, all of that, it nobody should have any opinion on it because nobody will ever know exactly how you feel,
Mhm.
ever. It is your experience and it is a very tragic one, and nobody should judge anything that you do?
Yes. I love my daughter was and my daughter was a sweet girl.
She
She
looked
wore
like a very sweet girl.
I don't have any pictures close to me, but she wore these purple glasses, and she had a legit crooked smile. Oh, yes, I do have pictures. She's not smiling that big in this one, but she has it is in this one. She's a little big in that
Oh,
one. But,
she's so precious.
yes, in this one, she's smiling, she has her little glasses. She's not smiling super big in this one, but she had this crooked smile. I'm telling you, it was legitimately crooked. I swear to gosh. It was the best, and she had this one little tooth that grew in just super crazy, and it was just, like, just super cute. It was
Very common, by the way.
yeah.
As I've
Yeah, I'm
noticed,
sure it
I'll tell
was,
you.
but it just yeah, she was
It gives
and
them
she
a little personality.
yes, and sh but I'm telling you, like, she was a sweetheart, and I would see her play with all the kids in the meetings, and I swear I felt like she would just sit back and, like, observe and
Yeah.
watch these kids play until she, like, would and then go and, like, play with them, but I felt like she wanted to see what was going on before she, like, stepped in.
Yeah.
I just thought she was very smart. She
Yeah.
was she was, yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on and sharing that.
Thank
You are still clean and you are, like, proving everybody wrong. I don't know if there's anybody to prove wrong, but, you are making strides. Are you doing any kinda, like, therapy?
Oh, yeah, I am definitely doing therapy once a week, yeah, I need that.
Yeah.
Did a
That's
trauma
good.
group too.
Oh,
It
good.
wasn't
That's
what I
really good.
expected it to be. I didn't actually really like it, but it was something I learned stuff, I actually learned that some of the things that I feel like I feel is normal, so that's kinda cool.
That's good, yeah.
Mhm.
I'm I'm excited to start therapy myself. I, like, made this big ordeal about leaving NA, and then I was like, "I'm just gonna go to therapy," and then I tried one therapist, and I didn't like him, and then I ended up kind of letting that ball kinda slip away, and then we just got new insurance at work, and so I immediately set up a therapy appointment, and so in 2 weeks I start, but yeah, it'll be good. We
Can I
always
ask
gotta
why you
keep.
don't want sorry, can I ask why you don't do NA anymore?
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
curious.
So I was going so I don't know if you remember Jasmine. She had moved to Texas, I think. No, she was still around. You'll see her in my pictures all the time, but she was my best friend. Her and like Casey. I don't know if you remember Casey, right?
I don't know exactly.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
You'll see her probably in pictures too. But when Jasmine died, I tried to go to, like, any functions. I went to Ocean Shores, I tried to go to meetings. I went to, um, Sisters in Spirit, like, women's retreat
Mhm,
in Sun River, and every time I would, like, be in the room, it would be so, like, overwhelming, and I would just cry and be in so much pain because it was just a reminder that she wasn't there. And I ended up getting I put myself in such a deep hole by not dealing with my grief that I became, like,
mhm,
very reclusive. I quit talking to, like, most of my friends, and then I just decided that the program was causing me more pain than it was helping at that time, And
Mhm,
then this weird thing kinda happened when the election happened, and I really just did not wanna sit in a room full of people because I felt like I didn't trust anybody at that time. So, it was really just a decision to try to manage my grief or actually hide from it, and I just decided that I've been in recovery at that time for 11 years and that I practice spiritual principles every single day and I don't feel like I want to use. And I would still talk to my sponsor, but not in that capacity, like not in a capacity, but we still communicate in that I just was gonna take a step back.
mhm,
And it really just felt like I was lifting this heavy like burden off of me.
mhm. That's
And
good.
that's really what it was, and I just decided. And then at that time in my mind, I was like, "I'll just go to therapy, and this will, like, substitute that meeting style and, like, needing to talk." And then I started this podcast, and I realized that this is, like, very therapeutic for me, and this is,
Mm,
like, a different route, and so I've had people, well, of course, there's the people that are like, "Oh, you're in relapse mode," like, "Oh, you
mm,
can't leave," like, "Danger, danger," and I'm like, "I understand that that's, like, that can be the case for people, and for most people, that kind of is the case, but, like,
mhm.
I'm pretty self-aware, and so I trust myself, and I trust that, like, I can still choose to be in recovery without that specific program.
Yeah, I don't do NA either, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
like it. I don't do good in social areas. I like the people in there, but yeah, no, I don't know what I think ever since this happened, I don't like it.
Okay, yeah, no,
It's
and
the
it's fine, I
kids.
mean,
It's
everybody
the
has
kids,
you can
yeah,
recover in different ways, it's not like the
yeah,
end all be all, and I've had a lot of my friends be very supportive of that, and
yeah,
I've had some just kind of, like, I don't know if I got shunned for it, to be honest, but I've had some, like, probably struggled with it a little bit, but I think after a year of that, I've kind of proven myself that, like,
mm.
I'm still doing really good, and if I ever needed to go back, it's always there for me,
I have a hard time being around kids right now, so
and I fully understand that.
yeah,
You just gotta do whatever works for you and just keep healing and
mm.
taking whatever time you need, and need anything from me, just let me know.
I yeah, I really appreciate you hitting me up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so I guess that'll be it for the episode.
Alright.
Thank you for
Thank
coming
you
on.
for messaging me.
Yeah. Okay, and so I'll catch you guys next week for another episode.